Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. Habits here, and glad you joined in for the hopefully conclusion of our wall building section in our drowned farm build. Yeah, I know that's kind of more specific than it really is. I think we can probably manage that unless we run out of supplies and have to go for a big run. But my guess is, based on what we got done at the end of the last episode, we are very likely to get um, through the walls and just have to do the ceiling. Um, I don't know. Does it? Let's go right here to start. So I think we're gonna go for another triple, and when we get up to this side, then we'll know. Um, where in relation to these the wart blocks go. Awesome. All right, so let's finish this all the way around. Looks like, you know what? Looks like we're getting closer here. We'll go up to this edge, which of course reminds me that we've got our planks now. So hopefully, man, Minecraft is just jamming out on the music this time. Okay, we're pretty safe here at the moment, I think. Um, hmm. Oh, that was handy. Just because I can't crouch doesn't mean I need to go testing gravity here. Alright, now. So just a nice, hopefully chill episode of dropping some of these blocks, doing a lot of this. We've got about 3 laps to make on elevation, and of course we'll have to go do a single layer of the wart stuff as soon as we finish this, and this one will have a little more of the catch up on the planks. But even with all that, I think this should go pretty steady. This is going to be one of the big scarier moments. Not too bad, but nonetheless. Um, Sleeping may slow us down quite a bit on this, actually, because we're gonna be. Oh no! Why wouldn't it load those I was like, how am I out of bricks already? We just restocked at the end of the last episode. We should be good for a little steady run here. Didn't do that very well. Okay. So again, I hadn't. Oh, hang on one second. Excuse me. A little lunch break. Crumbs again. Um, hadn't really talked about it, at least in today's episodes. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday, but I do want to keep just shouting out that the first place I saw this built, honestly, the one where I've only ever seen it fully built was in John Bam's Twitch channel. Um, those of you guys that are watching me, John Bams is not not too concerned about the language and stuff in his chat or in his Twitch stream. So um, it's a little colorful in the language. Caution everybody, it's what in Twitch is like no one 13 and under, and from there you have to use your own best judgment. There's lots of jokes and stuff that talk about body parts and all that kind of stuff. So I know it's not for everybody. I tend to be a little bit more on the PG-13 side, and frankly, it's a little more than I'd ever really intended. But I'm okay with that. It's kind of one of those things when you're putting yourself out there. It's like, am I comfortable having everybody hear me use certain language? And honestly, I feel kind of bad when I do get carried away and um, use terms and stuff that some people may not want to hear or may not want. If you're younger or something, you may not be comfortable with your parents knowing that you're listening to stuff like that. So I try to keep it pretty PG-13. He doesn't, and you can tell from a lot of the movies and stuff I talk about. Uh, just because I like to play Minecraft doesn't mean I'm not watching stuff of a more, I guess the new term is mature, R or whatever, from back in the day. Um, Style, language and violence and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of what I consume when it's just movies or shows or whatever. So um, anyway, John Bams, if he can get past some colorful language, is he's an awesome hardcore Minecraft player. I discovered him on YouTube because I've watched YouTube videos for a long time. I've talked about that quite a bit. But now we are out of bricks, huh? Whew. And that's the worst part is, do we really have to go all the way around to get? Uh, we may need more scaffold if we're getting bricks anyway. because that would get really old really quick. Where did they go? 22 should be fine. Oh, I can feel that chrome again. Oh, what is the deal? Alright, so this is going to be the spot. I'm just going to dump all these. I know it's more than we need, but whatever. Oh, that got scary. Okay. Those are through. So anyway, sorry about that interruption and a little, I guess, plug or shout out. And not that he needs it from me, but yeah, so I've been watching Minecraft videos in YouTube for a long, long time. And you guys can see how this is how I play. You know, if I'm just hanging out playing some Minecraft, this is basically it. It's not much different, probably to the detriment of some potential audience members out there who want constant action, quick gratification, video shorts. That's what YouTube is hyping these days is, oh yeah, just make shorts for it. Like, some people have attention spans more than a minute and a half. And I'm not shouting or, discrediting the shorts, but um, at least for me, Minecraft is awesome because it lasts so long. So anyway, when I'm looking for content, I'm looking for people that play the game kind of similar to me. And I've said all along that, I love to have long play, let's play format. And particularly with hardcore, and particularly with vanilla, if I can find it, um, that I can have playing when I'm playing the game. And of course, when I'm recording now, that part has kind of changed, but it doesn't mean I don't have videos going right now on my TV that are just muted out. But yeah, there's always something going on there that you don't have to you don't have to see every minute of it to enjoy it, and um, that's just kind of my style of enjoying the game. Okay, so we'll sleep. Um, and yeah, I was gonna have a sip of coffee. I'm out. It's rough. Still got some water. All right. So which way are we going now? So next we need to do our little blocks. And I haven't forgotten John Mams. Just trying to get through this night here. So, as I've said in the past, John Bams, I discovered him when I was searching for hardcore vanilla Minecraft videos in YouTube, which is what I usually, like if the folks that I am watching are either playing something else that I'm not as into, or um, are taking a break, or I've caught up with their content or whatever, or need to change. I'm searching in YouTube, hardcore vanilla Minecraft. If I can find somebody new, that's what I do. Even these days, it's like one of my biggest frustrations with the YouTube platform, and it's just a nitpick, really. I mean, I love what it's done for sharing and people interacting in communities and stuff over the years. Can't really complain too much now. Nothing here. Um, but one of my nitpicks would be, I wish when you search for videos, so like, say it in the little YouTube search video, I go hardcore vanilla Minecraft. I want to search for videos. I wish you could then filter by reverse number of views, because I know for myself and a lot of other people out there that are just getting started, it's like, what I'm not particularly looking for is the latest 2 million viewer. I already know that what attracts a million viewers is not exactly how I play the game. It's not, and that's okay. That's fine. I'm not looking to consume that, but I know a lot of people are, and that's very fine. No problems with that. Just that I know it. But I would, as I'm getting going and looking for that, I would love to be able to eliminate results that are you know block any video that already has 25K views or something like that, something or more. And then I just know, all right, I'm getting the medium to smaller channels, and I think there's just a ton of content out there that it's tough. You got to work for the videos or the hits to actually see. So anyway, long story short, the way that I came across John Bams was I was searching for hardcore vanilla Minecraft, and he had just started. He's a nowadays for 3 years or something like that. He's pretty much been playing exclusively hardcore vanilla, but prior to that, he'd been making mod packs and had a healthy channel. It's not Ninja or Dream or something like that, but he's got a very vibrant community of players. I know that's different, but I don't think I'm going to continue it like that. Yeah, he's got a big viewer community that's long lived. He's been going for 10 plus years on Twitch, and at the time I didn't know anything about Twitch other than I'd heard of it. I knew kind of what it was, but I was like, well, I'm not interested in being live, or any of that kind of stuff. So, um, but what's this guy about? Hadn't heard of him at all. But I was like, hardcore Minecraft, and he was just starting up his first vanilla world in years, and hadn't played the game, but had just been playing modded. And you could kind of catch his enthusiasm as he's just fallen back in love with a game he hadn't played in a long time. And he was like, I walked away from it because it felt like Minecraft was so much about just the redstone and the builders and all, like the top kind of people that were playing vanilla, and everything that had been going into it for a while was about making the redstone systems more robust, and it needed that for a while. After the game had first come out, it was kind of like it wasn't living up to what it was supposed to be, and that takes a lot of development cycles when you've kind of got redstone out there. You got the Minecrafts or the minecarts and the rails and all this, and it's all just kind of like willy-nilly doing what it likes and not behaving in any way consistently. So after they'd kind of gotten it out there and going, they really did have to take a break and go, all right, we gotta anchor some of that stuff back down. Well, it kind of driven apparently him and a lot of other early players into the world of modded. But then modded kind of became this, everything had 8 million layers of complexity, and that made up for any real gameplay development. It was just like, okay, well, it's going to be machines, right? So every machine is going to be extra complex, and you're going to have to get all kinds of pieces and stuff to make it work together. And it really, just missed. Really did just become a lot of complexity, and I don't really feed into the modded stuff anyway. There's a lot out there. Some of them are absolutely awesome. Even though I generally play vanilla, I certainly watched a lot of different mods stuff on videos, and some of them get tempting, but it's kind of kind of a feedback cycle. As soon as you get going, then it's more and more and more, and they're all developing and they're all competing, and you got to go. You start into what's next, what's better, what can I do, and it gets very repetitive as a cycle. So for me, it's just easy to stay with vanilla. That's kind of what I like to do. All right, we've got. Let's go all the way to the corner. Now, if I go up 1, 2, 3, I mean, the 2 is no brainer, right? But then if I go up 3, where is somewhere that I can see actual blocks? 2, 3, 2, 3. So, yeah, let's just do these as 2. And then we'll go do the blues again. Anyway, man, this is just to shout somebody out for this farm. Um, well, yeah, it was fun to catch somebody that was on the, hey, I hadn't known how much vanilla had evolved over the years. And it was fun, kind of seeing it through new eyes. Somebody that wasn't afraid to just go, hey, I'm gonna play hardcore, and that was what his mod packs that he developed was all about, the combat and playing in a hardcore um, game style where that's what you do. You don't just get gear back or penalties like that. If you die, you're over. You got to start over again. That's um, the way that I've always enjoyed playing, and it likewise for he and some of his viewers. So I caught this video and I was like, oh, this is something new, and it didn't take long for me to go, you know what? I think maybe I need to try to figure out what this Twitch stuff's all about too, because this is pretty cool. And playing hardcore as he was, he inevitably lost a couple worlds, and it was kind of um, noteworthy because his worlds were really big and vibrant. Lots of lots of effort put into them, and I think that's what a lot of people in YouTube and Twitch and everything don't get out of most content creators is that there's a real entertainment factor to what you're actually building big stuff that you could really lose in hardcore, and I know a lot of you guys have said it would be tough to lose some of these things in the world, and particularly, between Slow Cooker and getting this world established, we were kind of death looping for a bit there, and that's pretty easy to take. As you're getting established in the world, you don't have all your good armor and all that. You just kind of live with this could all happen. Bad turn of luck, a little sloppy, whatever the case may be. It's gone, and you get used to uh, that being a deal. But once you get to building big projects like this, it's a new element in entertainment, knowing that it could be gone at any moment. You're putting in all this work and you're kind of gambling with it, right? You're saying, I'm willing to do these kind of things in a world that I don't have backup. I don't have an F5 save kind of deal. If I if I make the mistake, it's gone. And that's why, another thing I haven't said in a lot of videos recently is um, our first priority is always to survive. Now, I kind of do that automatically in some of the builds by not not doing some of the things that could maybe speed it up a little bit, but also expose me a little more to fall damage or all that. And again, falls, once we start going, we kind of try to spot water and fall for it. Um, but that's not always a guarantee. You can glitch into a side of something or just not make it to the water. We do have the totem, but even with feather falling, that can. I don't want to waste a totem on a build, so it's all at play, and we got to watch out for all of it. Um, but it was so refreshing to find that content with somebody that was streaming, had a big community, and was willing to play just straight vanilla. I loved it, and that built up the HCMC. But one of the things that he's now in his third world and has been for like multiple years. He's had it up and going. Go check him out on Twitch if you guys are interested, or check out his VODs on YouTube. He has some kind of over the top like daily recaps that are pretty language insensitive and all that kind of stuff. They're more about YouTube craziness than the gameplay. But if you click on those and then go into the description, the full 4 hour, 5 hour VOD for each day is out there. You can see some really good stuff. And one of the first early things he did in this latest world, which is called Big Dumb Builds. So this was an early take on a big build. A dumb, stupidly big build, right? Like there's no point to getting this big. Was to make a drowned farm that basically, hollowed out a deal. And it had started from his not, kind of learning the game. And that was another thing. He's like, to his audience, I don't just follow a tutorial or, go look up every last thing on the wiki. I want to figure it out, which again, I hope you guys have seen is something that I appreciate too. Yeah, I'll go look up something if I'm stuck or want to, like with the eggs and all that before I got it all set up. I want to make sure I understood how they actually function. But I don't just, try to copy things word for word. And that goes for this farm too. I watched him build it a couple years ago. This is largely what he built, but I don't even know if where all the differences lie because it's been long enough since I watched it. Now it made a big mark on me. I remembered going, oh, those water conveyors are awesome, and using the eggs and everything to collect the turtles because I had been basically dirt box in the sky. Once I figured out that they spawned more quickly up in the air than they did down at ground level. So um, this was a great inspiration. I hope he appreciates how much people enjoy his videos, and I don't want to I don't want to pretend it's something I've just completely come up with. But again, um, I do try to figure the things out, and I don't know how much or how little it is exactly the same or different when it comes down to the mechanics and all that. I know he had some like world colors. I don't think he hung out any decorative blocks, though. I think everything was flush for him. And again, I know he had a water mob delivery system, which hey, we've all used them. I think it pretty much works the same. The main meat is the turtle egg, and frankly, I don't know if ours is working as well as it could. So maybe he did a lot better than I did on that. We'll see. I think we're going to be just fine though by the time by the time we get everything going, I think we'll have enough redundancy that even if there's spots where they don't really fall down the hole as well as we'd like, they'll get over it. So there's a shout out, John Mams, J Bams01, I think, or it's John JONBAMS01. Check them out. The the build I'm talking about is like his current world is his third. It's big dumb builds, and it's I don't know, maybe in the first 20-25 episodes in. Um, he is he's like 400 and some episodes into a 720 or 730 day challenge, so 2 years of nonstop, uninterrupted episodes, and those started after he'd been working on this world for a while. So I mean, it's a big boy streamer world that's been going for a long time. And a lot of people have spent a lot of hours watching him build. He's spent a lot of hours certainly building it. Um, and yeah, inspirational project work on some of that. And he inspired everybody to the HCMC 100, which I do tag my tweets and stuff with because we are working towards that. We want to get 100% of all the advancements in Minecraft in hardcore. And while we're doing some of these other things along the way, that's always a goal of ours. And this actually is a very real part of that. It feels long and slow and not very advancement-y, but having not yet gotten a trident in any of the worlds that I've had on YouTube and needing tridents for like 4 advancements, we need it. So not to mention we never finished our banner collection. I would like to do that, and we need charged creeper for that. The easiest way to get a charged creeper is with a charged trident. So even some stuff that doesn't fall into that goes in. Oh, we're close. So let's see. We've talked through that. I don't think we really are well served to start talking about like next projects or builds because the bucket piece of this is going to be so long and so slow. While this piece may wrap up fairly quickly, we got a lot more work to do here. But it's kind of nice for chatting a little bit. If you guys are watching these videos in short term, if you got any questions on gameplay style or anything like that, anything Minecraft based, within reason, anything not Minecraft based, the sole discretion of me as to how hard I want to pursue any questions raised in a YouTube chat. But all right, let's. Oh, missed it again. Man, we're doing well. We're gonna have to get some more of those planks, though. At least we can coordinate all this. The end of a loop. Let's get the bed. Oh, we do have plank. What we need are more of the little deals, but we're not actually gonna need those for a minute. Let's get, because we've done our double, so now we've got, I think, like 2 more stacks of bricks. We'll just deal with them as they go. But I think we'll use up enough bricks as we go here to make room for whatever more wart blocks or planks or anything else we have to add in. It's coming. All right. Did we get all the way? No, I can't remember. I think we got all the way around. Then we came back to jump down, right? So let's start down here. Okay, so this one is just an easy 3 of the bricks or the planks. Zoop, zoop. So let's. I'm just spitballing ideas here since we were kind of talking like early stuff and giving out shout to John Bams on having been the first one to show me this style of drowned farm. Let's think back to earliest Minecraft memories. How long ago were you guys first introduced to this game? Did you have a particular goal in mind? Were you playing survival or hardcore or creative? Were you just building stuff? Were you on a server or were you playing solo? What do you guys remember? For me, um, I the first time I ever played, I was with it was a Christmas vacation. I was with my then very young nephew, um, and he was playing on his dad's laptop. And I'd heard of Minecraft. I didn't, I was probably in my very young 30s or very late 20s at that point. Um, but I hadn't really been exposed to it at all. And my nephew starts showing it to me, and my brother-in-law is like, "Yeah, I played it a little bit. It's kind of fun actually." And he's like, "This is my work computer is using it. It's clean and all that. You don't have to worry about shady downloads or anything like that." So um, I ended up loading it up on that vacation because he was right at that age where holidays and all that were fun, but he was also starting to branch out to like, oh, I can do this. You don't need to always entertain me kind of age. I don't know. So it was fun. We got a couple. He had the laptop he was on. I got one, and I was typical kid. He's like, oh yeah, you play it. It's really fun. You do this, and of course, he just by design or just because he expected, it was kind of like whatever. I didn't know half of what I needed to know to be functional, and I'm like, he's like, oh, you can turn off the monsters doing this, and I was like, why would I do that? Like we're playing this with the monster. Oh, you would play it? I'm like, of course we're playing. And at the time, I played survival. I was like, all right, yeah, we're gonna have monsters, and I, of course, like first game night, I think I was pretty well done in. Um, but I remember he's like, oh, you gotta get iron and coal. That's the deal. And kind of showed. I'm like, well, how do you're talking about? I need to get iron and coal. Do I just like bang that with my? He said, no, you gotta make a tool. You gotta. So he like showed me how to make wood tools and all that. Um, but I remember having so much fun and just kind of like oh, this is, I can go anywhere, do anything. aha moment when I started playing it. And then very shortly in, it was kind of the classic. It's still the forest biome, but the birches and oaks, if there were even birches. I don't. Very early on, it was kind of touch and go, but we, he kind of showed me punching wood and all that. We um, got set up, and I started like a strip mine because I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just like digging off all the dirt and then trying to look for coal, and I discover a cave, and I go in, and you talk about like beginner luck type stuff. I I remember I discovered a witch. Well, I don't know. I remember he freaked out. I found a spawner, and he was like, "Oh, you gotta run, run, run!" I was like, "Well, what? What is this thing? What am I doing?" Um, and I maybe witches had just come in. I don't know. I just remember finding the spawner and the. I don't even know if I got to the chest. Honestly, I think I got killed pretty quick. So I'm like, oh, what do I do? Oh, dead. Um, but I remember and I think they still have them. I haven't even looked, but I think they still do the noob chest things where the starter chest gives you a couple torches and maybe a tool or two or whatever to kick off your game. So I used to use those a lot. I remember my first spawn or world in a tundra. Um, I remember a very early one where I discovered fishing and kind of got used to that. And this is all, in the weeks after I think I played a little bit, and then, my nephew's like, "Oh, it's more fun for me to be playing." He wasn't too interested in watching me. He was like, "Oh, let's let me show you how to do this." So I basically just had the game and spent most of it watching him play on his. And I was adamant, like, nah, I'm good having this on my computer, but I'm not opening up the connections. And I know you can, firewalls and all that, you can be very safe, but for so long, I was playing on my own work connected laptop. It was my personal one, but I had, VPN access and all that, and sensitive emails, and I was like, absolutely not. I'm not giving a connection to a server that may be maintained by somebody I don't know the full background of. So now I'm good. I'll just play the game, and that's kind of what I fell in love with, and I've certainly watched a lot of um, server and multiplayer mini games and that kind of stuff. But as an adult player, it's very difficult to say, "Oh, I'm gonna commit to playing on a server with people," when everybody's got different priorities and schedules and all that kind of stuff. And I think, you know, a lot of maybe younger is unfair, but either depending on the level of commitment, I think a lot of times folks do end up being either younger or in college or younger aged, because at that point in your life you can be like, oh, I love this, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time doing it. So after classes, you get your homework done, you go to work, you come home, um, you can just connect in and go spend the next 8-10 hours doing what you love. And there's a lot of servers that exist in that. Um, for me, just kind of different point of life and a different. I think a lot of people that I talk to that are my age are kind of in that same boat of, it's got to be chill if it's going to be any kind of. It's like the game doesn't want me to land in the puddle. Um, So yeah, that's a little of my take on multiplayer and servers and all that. And everybody is, hey, join our SMP, or are you going to start an SMP? I'd love to play. Nah, not at this point. I don't know. I never say never is kind of the way I like to approach a lot of that stuff, but um, I don't have any plans to, and it's really not not something I'm looking to make happen for myself, or kind of anybody else at that matter. Um, and there's so much server multiplayer SMP content out there. This is good for you folks that maybe play your own and just want to be reminded that yeah, I just got Minecraft out of the box, so to speak, and that's okay to play too. I like showing off that I can have a lot of fun just with the game. You don't have to have a whole lot of extras. You don't have to be committed to playing on somebody else's schedule. You can play for a couple hours a day or more or less, maybe a couple hours a week. But the game's not going to go anywhere when it's on your time and you're not letting other people down or failing to meet expectations of others. It does give you a freedom to play the way you want and on the schedule you want. And I've kind of taken on a bit more than that, I guess, because when you guys spend enough of your time and are willing to come out and watch me play, well, then I want to support that. Okay, I think. Okay, that's the water level. So we're going to go all the way up, and then we do these two with the blue stuff. Okay, so I'm not up quite high enough yet. And why is this one lower then? I don't quite understand all that. Although maybe that was just part of the sand funky weirdness. Well, whatever. Wait a minute. If I'm gonna do... I think I'm better off doing twos, right? Twos. Twos. So what are your early Minecraft memories? What, do you guys even remember what version you were playing on? I think for me it's a lot more like remembering the stuff come in. And I think I want to say I started, it was out on Christmas vacation, I believe, and I want to say I started right after the Nether update when the bats and all that, and that's why I think maybe there were witch farms, and maybe I ended up running away madly from a witch spawner, a Mitch spawner. Watch out for those Mitches. Um, that's kind of the way I remember it. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but. And then I certainly remember some of the pieces being introduced or changed and going like, oh, that's cool. And especially when you first start playing anything, you never want anything to change. You're like, oh, it's perfect the way it is. Then you're like, oh, wait, no, I'm a part of something that's been changing ever since it first came out, and it's going to continue to do so. And that's cool. As much as I sometimes want to fight against it, I don't, I love Minecraft. It's easily my favorite game, and I think the developers would too. Why would you work in this setting if it wasn't something that you enjoyed. So, despite the fact that they want to make money on it and have it be viable, it's one of those things where I both hope and know that they don't want to change it from what it has made it the greatest selling game of all time. Um, but you still, every time you see one of the updates or the videos or something, like, man, they're trying to make a bunch of changes. I'm worried. It'll be fun. It's always been a lot of changes. I remember, there's been talk about changing the combat dynamic, and I remember the last time they changed all that, where uh, you had shields, axes could be weapons, and all that, and it took some adjusting to get used to the way that the game played. You gotta deal with that, but it kept me more engaged. I remember in that same one, I think, was when all the flower, you went from like having poppies and dandelions to having like 8 gazillion different kinds of flowers. It was pre bees. Bees came later, but they had put in a bunch of the flowers, and so running around and finding all those, so much fun. That's why when 17 came out, and I was like, oh, the first amethyst, we got to save it. Don't touch it, because those things do. You remember them for a long time. Sometimes it doesn't work as fast to go, or as well to go fast like that, but on some of these straight shots, it can. The problem is, like the diagonals and stuff. You stick them to the sides sometimes, or I do. Don't. Uh, Almost. Just think that we get to have so much fun with buckets. Aren't you guys excited for bucket time? But I think what we will do is what we talked about. Just um, start it up at the far side and keep covering the roof as we go. So more and more we'll have. There won't be an official turn on the farm. It'll just be more and more effective as we get more of this set to spawn. Little stretches where we can just go are pretty great. Well, well, okay. Now, ooh. Do I like doing this? Maybe. Hmm. wait. This is almost goofed there. Don't need a shovel. I think we can make it over to our... Come on, get... This is the deal. Every time you try to go quick, once it gets desperate, all of a sudden everything starts not going the way you want. It's when mistakes happen. No mistakes. We made it. I didn't really look around there. I should have. Water. I realized I put the mic down as I was swallowing. That's when you rush, you make mistakes. Okay. Think that. Is that enough? Let's get some more wood just to be careful. I think we're good on planks now, right? We'll need to, the rest probably for signs. And I guess, why not, right? It's tough to believe we're already... Speaking of already... Whew. Oh, let's call this one a break. We got close, guys. Not quite all the way there, but close. Yeah, I think I'll come back and do one more to finish this up, and I don't know, maybe try some more of the turtle eggs and stuff. See, what we may do is go back. Where was that by Farmer Fred that we were raising the turtles? May try to go get some more eggs too, and instead of just doing the one, do a few eggs and see if that draws them in more. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see how long it takes to wrap up, but one more kind of quick episode, and then we'll see bucketing for the next day, days or whatever, however long it takes. But that's what we got planned. So you guys take care. We will see you back here for a future episode. Thank you all so much. Remember, if you're so inclined to leave a comment, say hi. Let me know if you do any content creation. I'd love to check it out. And also let me know what your early Minecraft memories were. Otherwise, thanks so much. We will see you back here for the next one. Bye now.